tapped in, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to see this one, as we got the ABC, the View host, aka Spew host, Sunny Hostin, doing it again, guys. She's bringing even more trouble for not only herself, but the network in this newest update, as she is now offering up some very interesting advice to folks that want to go against or stop Donald Trump and his supporters from succeeding, guys. I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Anybody?
I think they should walk out en masse.
Naked or clothed?
Naked. Naked would be good.
Naked could be interesting.
I mean, they should walk out, you know. Or is there going to be a laugh track, by the way? I think they should walk out. I think that a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
I would refer you back to Nancy Pelosi tearing up the State of the Union.
Disgraceful.
You still remember that. That was a moment of protest. And just sitting there and being docile is not working. He's over the edge. He's, as you put it out there in the intro, he is, I think we've passed the point of no return with him, and we need to really stand up to him big time. And they're in the position of doing that, and they should do it. Well, we certainly can't expect the Republicans.
These ladies are showing how out of touch with the country, out of touch the average American they truly are. I mean, why are they still trying to go to all ends in order to stop Donald Trump, saying they need to stand up to him because he's getting to the point of no return? Guys, he is doing exactly what he campaigned. He ran on. I don't see anyone upset but these miserable ladies up here on this set. This is insane.
To do anything.
I agree with you, Joy, to a certain extent. I actually don't think that they should show up at all.
Okay.
I think
I'll go with that too.
I think that when history resurfaces the photos of this first speech in this abnormal presidency, he said he was going to be a dictator from day one, and we warned about the demise of our democracy and the rise of fascism, and I think we've seen it in the first.
Where have we seen that at? Where have we seen that there is a dictator? Where have we seen the end of the democracy that we know and love? I haven't seen any of that. But there you go. Sunny Hostin is going to fearmonger, gaslight her viewership into truly believing that's what's going on. The little viewership that she has left, and this is easily searchable. You know, you can get on Google, you can get on any outlet and see that Donald Trump's not a dictator. Donald Trump has not ended democracy as we know it. So what is Sunny Hostin talking about? This is the stuff right here. This is the stuff why I have to watch these clips, because we've got to call her out.
Democracy and the rise of fascism, and I think we've seen it in the first days of his presidency. I think the record will show that the room was half empty, and that the Democrats fought him, that the Democratic Party is actually an opposition party at this point, not a resistance party. I don't like the optics of walking out simply because that sort of seems to me to get into the Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert type of histrionics. And I think it would be much better to simply deny him the audience that he craves so very much, and at the same time showing that they are the opposition party.
I disagree with both of you.
Now the Dems have turned into the opposition party. We already hear Sarah Haynes saying she disagrees with both Joy and Sunny Hostin, saying you guys should walk out, is what Joy is thinking. And Sunny is saying that no one should have showed up to Donald Trump's joint address to Congress whatsoever. I mean, come on. When will these Dems wake up and realize they are only harming their party by this very childish and immature behavior? This is not helping anyone, but hindering not only their party, but, you know, their future. I mean, you got to think about it. Folks are going to remember this.
The opposition party.
I disagree with both of you. I think their job is to show up and to listen. And I think there's a strength in optics in that too. We're not going anywhere. We came here, we're sitting here, we're doing our job. And I think it was Representative Jayapal that said, we are not going to say we avoid it or we walk away or we're scared. We show up, we sit there stern face. It doesn't mean you have to be polite and clap and stand up. You can stand there as an unbreakable force showing you're not going anywhere. And I think that is a stronger thing. Don't be a distraction to the insanity that comes in the words of the night, meaning don't get in his way. Carville has said over and over, and I continue to agree with this, don't become a common enemy, which is what Oz said in Wicked. The best way to pull people together is to give them a common enemy. Every time the Democrats do something really symbolic, which I understand what you're saying, Joy, about like walk out. I know people feel helpless. But what did the walking out do? It made a mockery in some ways of people saying, see, they can't even sit there and listen, or they didn't even show up, and their job is to show up. You show up stern-faced, unbreakable, organized, and let those optics speak for themselves.
And they made a mockery of themselves. Either way, there was folks, and they weren't, there was no unity in their party. You've seen that throughout the night. First, we had Al Green, who got up there and got himself booted. He fell right into the hands of Donald Trump's trap. Walked right out, or got walked out, I should say. And then we had Dems that had the little placards, the little signs. I couldn't tell what it really was, but they were holding up little slogans and catchphrases. There was like a handful of those folks. And then we had folks who were walking out, like Representative Jasmine Crockett, who did like a music video on the hallway. I mean, the Dems were all over the place that night. They definitely looked a little bit foolish. I don't know how they expect anyone to receive or take their messaging, other than the fact that they're totally discombobulated, disjointed. They're not together. There's no togetherness whatsoever within the Democratic Party, and that showed it right there. They fell right into Donald Trump's hands.
You show up stern-faced, unbreakable, organized, and let those optics speak for themselves.
They're giving him legitimacy by showing
They are not.
up.
The voters gave him legitimacy by putting him in office.
That's the point, is that the audience...
They still don't get it, guys. Donald Trump was elected in. He didn't get appointed in as president, guys. We went out there and voted for this guy. Landslide victory is what we've seen.
The voters gave him legitimacy by putting him in office.
That's the point, is that the audience is the American public, and there's been debate, do State of the Unions matter? I would argue they do. They usually get upwards of 10 million views, eyeballs from the American public. And I would remind you, Joe Biden, when people like myself had grave issues about his age, he then gave a forceful State of the Union, and that backed off a lot of the concerns, of course, until the debate. But they can matter in the public sentiment around the people watching. Now, I agree with Sarah. You've got to show up. I think how they do, I'm all for displays of some kind of protest if they're respectful and there's some degree of decorum. What I'm honestly a little bit more curious to see is there a cohesive pushback with Democrats? Because we've read they might wave empty egg containers. Someone else might bring a fire federal worker. Someone might wear black. But when it's a scattershot response like that, it doesn't break through in this environment.
Exactly. And that was the point I was trying to make. There was no togetherness throughout the night. We seen the Dems, it looked like it was 4 different parties in one. Everyone else was on their own accord, doing their thing. They were all protesting, but all in different ways, which didn't signal any type of unity, which even further illustrates that point that I'm trying to make. The Dems are so lost. There's a mass chaos, pandemonium over there for that party ever since they got exposed on November 5th.
Black. But when it's a scattershot response like that, it doesn't break through in this environment.
You're going up. It's a lot of them.
You're going up against the biggest bully pulpit in the world, which is the American presidency. That, and they have every Democrat represents people who voted for Trump. So they need to listen to what he's saying and then be prepared to counter. But you can't counter someone if you're not even listening to what they're saying.
Well, they had the counter though, I think Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan, who's going to deliver the Democratic response to the joint address, is going to be amazing. She's well qualified. She won an open seat in a state that Trump won. She's a former CIA analyst who joined the agency in response to September 11th. She did tours in Iraq. She served in both the Bush and Obama presidencies, both of those administrations. So I think the Democratic voice can be heard. But again, I agree with you, Joy. Attending the speech gives Trump legitimacy that he just does not deserve. It normalizes this presidency, and this presidency is an
But I will say Democrats made a choice by picking.
I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it there because these ladies are time in and time out. They're demonstrating that they just cannot get over this guy, Donald Trump. That Trump derangement syndrome just clouds up their real view of reality. They can't see what's truly going on, and they do not resonate with any Americans at this point. They're all just, like Alyssa said, they're scattered about, different messaging from everyone on the left, and they have no true leadership. You know, without true leadership, it's the blind leading the blind. They're all over the place, and no one wants to support that. It's a bunch of confusion, and that's exactly what I've been seeing, the backlash, the slander that the Democratic Party has been receiving these last couple weeks, because they've been all over the place with their message to their party, guys. But definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. You guys know I got to call these ladies out because they're going to get up there and say the craziest stuff. Like, showing up to Donald Trump's joint address is, validating or confirming his legitimacy as president. Guys, his legitimacy was confirmed as soon as he came down the golden escalators. I'm not sure where these ladies are living, what world they're seeing, but they don't know what's going on, y'all. But definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you did enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.